Picture this. The door clicks shut. The sound echoes in the silence she left behind. You're standing there, your world fractured. You replay the final, cold words. You wonder what she's feeling now. Relief? Triumph? What you've been told is that this is her moment of liberation, a brave step into a brighter future. But what I'm about to tell you is a different story, a truer story. This isn't the end of her pain, it's the beginning. What awaits her after she walks away from you is a path paved not with freedom, but with a quiet, escalating dread. 1. The betrayal, the cinematic lie. She walks away believing the cinematic lie. The score swells in her mind. She is the heroine, finally choosing herself. She mistakes the comfort you built for a cage and the unknown for an open sky. This is the grand illusion. She believes she is trading the mundane for the magnificent, the predictable for the passionate. But here is the reality. She isn't walking towards strength. She's running from the difficult, refining work of building something real. She has confused the map for the territory, and she is about to get terribly, terribly lost. 2. The biological truth. The ancient program. Let's strip away the modern nonsense and look at the hardware. She's a creature of ancient programming. Her core, evolutionary drive is hypergamy, the instinct to secure the best possible mate for survival. It's a neutral, hardwired imperative. For a time, you were that secure harbor. You provided the stability her biology craves. But the modern world has hacked this system. It has convinced her that this primal urge can be satisfied by an endless scroll of dating app profiles. She believes she's exercising choice, but she's merely following a corrupted program. And this program has a timer, a biological clock that ticks with a ruthless, non-negotiable finality. Her peak sexual market value is finite. She's trading the stability of a sure thing for a lottery ticket, unaware that the drawing is almost over. 3. The mechanism, the neurological trap. So what is actually happening inside her mind? It's a chemical war, and she's losing. The initial thrill of leaving is a dopamine surge. Dopamine isn't the pleasure of having, it's the thrill of seeking. Every new match, every flirty message is a hit. It's an addiction to possibility. But this comes at a cost. She has abandoned the oxytocin and vasopressin systems you built together, the neurochemicals of bonding, trust, and deep, quiet security. She's trading long-term bonds for short-term spikes. Psychologically, her brain must create a reality distortion field to justify the risk. You, the man she once loved, must be recast as the villain. Your flaws are magnified. Your strengths are erased. This isn't malice. It's a psychological survival mechanism. To admit your value would be to admit her catastrophic error. 4. The warning signs, the tells you missed. Looking back, the signs were always there. The first sign was the linguistic shift. The vocabulary of we and us was replaced with me and I. She started talking about my happiness, my journey, using the hollow jargon of therapy without the depth of true self-work. The second sign was the contempt micro-expressions. It was in the subtle eye roll when you shared an idea, the resigned sigh when you tried to engage. She stopped fighting for the relationship. The third sign was the fantasized future. She spoke more about a vague, idealized future, travel, a mysterious soulmate, than about building a better present with you. The fantasy was more real than the man in front of her. Consider the case study of Sarah. Sarah left Mark, a reliable man, because she was bored. 2 years later, she's burned through a dozen casual flings. The spark she sought is now a pile of ashes. The silence in her apartment is deafening. 5. The inevitable collapse. The emotional destruction point. The collapse is not a question of if, but when. First, the validation cliff. The dopamine hits from dating apps become less frequent. The high-value men she attracts only want one thing, and it isn't commitment. Then, the haunting silence. The parties end, the Instagram posts are done, and she is alone. The quiet she mistook for oppression now becomes a mirror, reflecting her own emptiness. Finally, the ghost of what was. The memory of your presence, the safety, the shared history, begins to resurface. The cage starts to look an awful lot like a home she can't return to. 6. The bitter truth, the uncomfortable reality. Let's speak the bitter, unvarnished truth. She made a calculated risk based on a flawed premise, and she lost. The upgrade was a phantom. She cashed in her prime years on a lie. The freedom she sought was the freedom of a ship without a rudder, directionless, destined to crash against the rocks. True freedom is found in commitment to a worthy path, not in the avoidance of one. And the final, crushing truth, no one is coming to save her. The same society that cheered her departure will not be there to wipe her tears. She is utterly, terrifyingly alone with the consequences of her choice. This is the desolation that awaits her. 7. The solution framework. Your stoic awakening. But this story was never about her. It was always about you. Her path is her own. Your mission is your own, and it begins now. The first step is total, unwavering acceptance. She is gone. Any hope for her return is a poison in your veins. You must kill that hope. The second step is radical self-ownership. This pain is your fuel, the gym, your career, your purpose. Build yourself with a focus so intense that her departure becomes the foundational event of your superior future. The third step is silent dignity. No begging, no revenge. Your silence is your power. Your improvement is your statement. The final step is to reframe the narrative. She didn't break you. She freed you. The relationship was a lesson, not a life sentence. A man forged in this fire is a man who cannot be defeated. Brother, the obstacle is the way. This is not your end. It is your beginning. Go forth. Build.